Guys, and welcome back to LPB Racing for the LPB British Touring Car and Support Series on Project Cars 2. Here is race 2 then in the Clios at Oulton Park Island Circuit. It's raining, which is going to be even more fun because the Clios are hard to control in the dry, not let alone wet, as Keith gets a really bad start. Gets absolutely swamped at the start, goes right to the back as everyone else into the first corner. Bidzster almost sideways into the first corner, drifting that Clio into the first corner, and then everyone else through nice and cleanly there. Keith at the back battling with TY again as they come down towards Cascades. Team Red second and third, Blaney in fourth, Callum fifth. As we look back at the other cars coming through Cascades, down towards the hairpin, and Neil Farmax on the grass doing a bit of lawn mowing. Team Yellow close together, Team Red close together as we work his way down to the hairpin. Everybody on the brakes into the hairpin, everyone sensibly through, I think, so far. The camera zooms really far in, cones go flying in the air, but everyone sensibly through as RZR Blade just makes sure the rest of the cones get moved in the background. So Bidzster leads then down towards the Knickerbrook chicane for the first time. We've got two cars side by side further back. That's TY and Neil Farmax side by side into the Knickerbrook chicane. TY goes through and Neil back down to 7th, and his teammate RZR Blade just behind him. Keith struggling at the back in 9th place. But as we go up and over the hill then, Bidzster in the lead from James Deluxe. So Bidzster in that Clio in the lead, throwing that car into the corners. The ever aggressive style of Bidzster. James Deluxe follows. Cyrex goes a bit wide there onto the grass, but luckily no harm done in this front wheel drive Clio. If you get in trouble, just floor it and turn into your slide and it should recover it for you. As we go down towards Lodge Corner then, Team Yellow line astern there as well, and then we look back at Neil. Well, we will look back at Neil Farmack, but Project Cars 2's camera's playing up again as usual. So Neil Farmack goes quite slow out of Lodge Corner, and his teammate RZR Blade looking for a way through as we've got a car going for the pits. Who's that? TY's heading for the pit lane. I don't know why he's heading for the pit lane, unless it were a jump start, but I do not know why he's in the pits. He's actually making a pit stop, so it must have been a... I don't know what that could be. So TY in the pits then, and there's no damage on, so I don't know why he's done that, but anyway, we'll continue as we are then. So Bidzster in the lead then, James Deluxe second, into the hairpin. Bidzster goes a bit wide but gets away with it. James Deluxe closes up slightly. He does close up, he really does close up. So Bidzster runs a bit wide there then. James Deluxe right behind him now, looking for any way through. Down towards Knickerbrook. Got to be really careful in these conditions. Oh, Bidzster over the curb, two wheels. So there's TY in the background of the back of the picture going down towards the island hairpin. So TY out the pits now, so I don't know what that was for, but never mind. As James Deluxe now still right behind Bidzster into Druids. As we look back, RZR Blade and Keith quite close as well. So Keith and RZR are having a decent battle as James Deluxe and Bidzster go into Druids down towards Lodge Corner. James Deluxe a bit on the grass there, so that's going to give Bidzster a slight bit of breathing room, but not too much. Down to Lodge Corner then, on the brakes, into the corner. Get the power out on the way around. James Deluxe with a beautiful line through there, closes right up to the back of Bidzster. Will he find a way through? The answer is no. Bidzster still gets a decent enough run to hold on to the position. Team Yellow still line astern, Blaney from Callum. And then we've got RZR Blade and Keith here, side by side out of Lodge Corner, coming down towards the Old Hall. First corner is almost contact on the straight. Keith gives RZR the widest berth possible, and down towards the first corner. Keith has the inside line. RZR's going to try and keep it around the outside on the curb. They're still side by side down towards Cascades. Fantastic stuff. Still, oh, contact! They're off. Oh, they're off into the wall. Oh, that was... I don't know what happened there. The two cars just came together. It's like they were both going for the same bit of tarmac and then just made contact and then slightly into the wall, but the positions remained the same, so no harm done really, but we'll get a replay on that. Okay, here's a replay on board with Keith. Let's get rid of the interface so we can see properly. So RZR Blade's on his left, coming through Old Hall, side by side. Very good to go side by side through there. Good awareness by both. Keeps well to the inside. Now Keith here keeps nice and straight, and RZR comes across, turns into Keith and then hits his back corner, takes them both off onto the grass there, and then as they both rejoin, Keith rejoins ahead and RZR Blade behind. Here's a view of that now from RZR Blade. So watch Keith appear on his right. We move across, hit Keith's back corner, send us both onto the grass. Luckily both drivers managed to recover very, very well indeed, and then rejoin onto the track and then resume the race. So as you come back from that then, Keith is still in front of Arzadar Blade then after that contact. As we go through the hairpin out the other side, all clean and there. Bidzster and James Deluxe then for the lead, still close together. Bidzster cannot break James Deluxe in this race. James Deluxe proving himself to be a good force in LPB racing. He's new to this, but he's enjoying it, and I'm glad he's part of the group. He's a good clean racer, and let's hope he can get a few wins in his future with LPB racing. As we go into Druids then, James Deluxe follows in the red car. Blue car in front is Bidzster, the leader. Cyrex, his teammate. Cyrex, James Deluxe's teammate, in the second red Clio. Just behind in the picture there. Down towards Lodge Corner then. No mistakes so far from Bidzster or James Deluxe. Very clean racing so far. No major mistakes. They go across the line. Team Yellow still running line astern. Blakeney is still in front of Callum, so Callum's still alright with Blakeney's being in front still. So Callum not really having as much pace as Blakeney on project cars, but Blakeney doing well to stay ahead and Callum doing well to keep up as well. Neil Farmack is closing to the back of them lot as well. He's finally getting the hang of that Clio, getting the hang of the handling, as Arzadar Blade and Keith are still running a couple of seconds apart in the background. But this is the main one to watch at the minute. Bidzster versus James Deluxe. Into the hairpin, defending the inside, really defending the inside, not leaving any room. So making sure that the inside is completely shut off, and if James Deluxe wants to get round Bidzster, it looks like Bidzster saying, right mate, you're going the long way round or no way round. So down to Knickerbrook then. Up over that curb, not as heavy over the curb this time from Bidzster or James Deluxe. So both being quite sensible, not wanting to take too many risks, as Bidzster just misses that tyre barrier on the inside. Took a couple of bites at the cherry there to get the car turned in, but managed to do it in the end. But that was close to disaster there for Bidzster. He's got to be careful doing that. Can't be too aggressive into the corner. Oh, speaking of aggressive into the corner, completely sideways. That's one way to get the car stopped. So it's not Jim Carner Bidzster, it's a Clio. As he come down towards Lodge Corner. James Deluxe following suit. Bidzster into the corner. Nice clean line there, and also clean line from Cyrex as well, from James Deluxe. There's Cyrex and there's Team Yellow. When the camera, there we are. There's Team Yellow. Callum's actually caught up to Blakeney now. So Callum right behind his teammate. I wonder if they're going to battle it out or they're just going to stay put in the positions. Who knows? So I wonder what the teammates will do. As we've got James Deluxe and Bidzster, looks like they're quite close, because I've seen on the map, yes they are, they're side by side. Bidzster must have made an error into the first corner, side by side into Cascades, both cars synchronised drift at the same time. Glorious stuff as they come out of that corner down towards the island hairpin. Bidzster ahead, beautiful bit of driving there by both those two, giving each other plenty of room, and then the back end stepping out as they do so. Into the hairpin then, Bidzster defending the inside, no, not leaving not even a letterbox opening to get through. So down towards Knickerbrook they go. So Bidzster still in the lead of the race, but it is very much under pressure from James Deluxe here. So James Deluxe showing that he's one of the contenders for the championship, really putting the pressure on last season's champion. So not phased at all. And he's doing very well, James Deluxe, as Bidzster goes through the chicane, pulls out a 7/10 lead on James Deluxe for now. But that could change. One mistake could change the whole complex of the race, as Blakeney and Callum are still running nose to tail for Team Yellow. So still running very close together. In towards Druids we go. Nice lines there from both. You've got to be very smooth with this car in the wet. You can't throw it around too much unless you call Bidzster, who just likes to throw any car around that he gets hold of. And Callum to a point, but Callum's been very smooth in this one. Very smooth racing this time from Callum as they go out of Lodge Corner up the hill to start lap 6. Meanwhile, James Deluxe and Bidzster are still close, but no cigar yet for James Deluxe. Still can't find a way through. Oh, Bidzster runs a bit wide there. That could be an opening for James Deluxe. He has to correct the car over the curb, and he has lost time. You can see the time going down in the top left corner. So it's down to less than 0.3 of a second now as Bidzster has a big slide going through the Cascades. That could be the opening that James Deluxe needs as they come down towards the hairpin, but I don't think James Deluxe got a good enough run himself to actually get that close to the back of Bidzster. So into the hairpin we go. No defence this time from Bidzster. He's going to run wide instead. James Deluxe goes up the inside and Bidzster gets the car straightened out and gets the power on. Oh, lucky escape there from Bidzster, but you can't be doing that every lap, because if James Deluxe was another half a car length alongside, that would have been James Deluxe out the corner in the lead, but not this time. So Bidzster's got to be careful not to make too many of them errors as we go into the chicane. But James Deluxe doing all he can, putting on the pressure, piling on the attack, but Bidzster yet still resists. But as we look back, Blakeney and Callum still in the same order then. Team Yellow still in that same pattern as we go up the hill. Meanwhile, there's TY after that mysterious pit stop at the start of the race. I still don't know what that was for, because I wouldn't imagine it would be for tyres or anything, because you know the tyres should last a whole distance. They should be well, to be honest with you, they only should be like maybe 20% worn near the end of the race. That's it. So hardly anything. But TY for some reason pits and carries on. As we look at Keith, there's Keith with Neil just in front of him, about 3 seconds in front. So a bit few people spread out, but we've still got some decent battles happening on track. As we look at Callum and Blakeney, they're still together for Team Yellow. No change there, but still a good consistent points haul for Team Yellow in this one, and also for Team Red, with still being second and third. So good average points haul. So I reckon Team Red, even though they started around late with the actual team, because James Deluxe has been in it from the start of the season, but Sarex had to miss the first one, so we paired them up after that round. But still, with the amount of points they've scored at Donington Park and here so far, it looks like Team Red could be a team championship contender. And also James Deluxe looks like he could be an actual championship contender himself. So he's doing very well here as they go down the hill. So still following Bidzster, but he's going more into the hands of his teammate now. He's falling back off Bidzster a little bit as they go through the chicane, over the curbs. There's Sarex over the curb. Here's Blakeney, using a lot more than some other people, and there's Callum, being very sensible, not trying to use too much of the curbs, because otherwise you'll end up going on two wheels, and then that tyre barrier in the middle, which Neil's just gone round there, that will be waiting to pick up you and make you stop and sort of make the front of your car not very aerodynamic like. Meanwhile, Azadar Blade near the back, still struggling round. He's getting caught by TY, and remember TY made that mysterious pit stop earlier in the race. Both cars heavily use the curb there as they come out of the Knickerbrook chicane. TY will go for a nice run up the hill, try and get a decent run before we get to Druids. Still getting closer as they go up Clay Hill, up to Water Tower, the little kink left, and then into Druids itself. TY will go a bit wider, a little slide there, but he'll go wider, get his foot down and maybe try and go for a move into Lodge Corner. Or will Azadar Blade defend? And he is! Azadar Blade will fight just as hard for 8th place than he will for 1st. Into Lodge Corner then. Azadar Blade defends the inside from TY, but goes wide in the process and goes too wide. TY's on just goes round him. Already passed him by the get to Dealey and across the line. So TY into 8th place, Azadar back down to 9th and last position. Let's see if Azadar Blade can keep with TY, see if TY can pull away from Azadar. We'll see near the end of the race as we look back at the leaders then. Bidzster still with a decent lead. James Deluxe falling back into the hands of his teammate ever so slightly. Sarex about half a second closer than he was the last lap round, so visually closer. James Deluxe might have his tyres going off or something, or Sarex is just on a roll. But James Deluxe falling back into the hands of his teammate slowly, and Blakeney and Callum still in the same order that they were before. So people doing well to control this very hard to control car in the dry, in the wet. So they're doing very well in the wet with this car. Actually felt really nice to drive in the wet, to be honest. Felt a lot more stable than it did in the dry. So Project Cars, something you could learn from. As Blakeney goes a bit wide there, followed by Callum. Don't follow your teammate because he's lost as well as they go wide over the curb down towards Lodge Corner. They've got to be careful with the bit of grass on the tyres, but they should be fine because there's enough water on them tyres anyway. Down through Lodge Corner, up Deer Leap to start the last lap of the race. So Blakeney still in 4th, Callum still in 5th. As we look now at Bidzster coming down towards Cascades for the last time on his last lap of the race. Very well controlled, a lot of pressure from James Deluxe in that first 2/3 of the race. But then James Deluxe fell backwards a little bit, and Bidzster's been at the front, leading the way with a nice margin of 2.5 seconds over James Deluxe. who now has his teammate bearing down on him. So he's got to be careful not to go too slow, otherwise his teammate will end up passing him. So can't be too complacent just yet. SHAREx with a 39.6 last time round, fastest lap of, well, his personal fastest lap of the race. So well done to SHAREx. Personal fastest lap of the race as they go into the chicane for the last time. It goes a bit deep. James Deluxe goes deep and he runs wide. He's going to have a really bad run up the hill now. SHAREx could catch up and maybe get him. We'll have to see. The two cars close up as they go up the hill. You can see SHAREx's car visually faster as they come up the hill. Will he go for the attack on his teammate or will he stay put? We'll have to see. Down towards Druids for the last time. Through Druids as James Deluxe takes a big chunk of curb there. Possibly could have lost him some time as they go down towards Lodge Corner. He's defending him from his teammate now. He's not going to make it easy at all. James Deluxe defends the inside. SHAREx, will he go for a dive? I wouldn't go for a dive on my teammate personally. I'd rather be safe than sorry. But goes for the cutback line to get a good run out the corner. But Bidzster's already at the line. Flashes lights. Good win there for Bidzster. He wins yet another Clio race. Yet to be beaten in the Ginettas and the Clios yet, Bidzster. So well done. As we've got James Deluxe and SHAREx second and third for Team Red. Team Yellow in formation, fourth and fifth for Blakeney and Callum. Neil Farmack comes across the line in sixth place. Seventh place goes to Keith, Team Blue's teammate, which is Bidzster's teammate. And then it's going to be TY comes across the line, even though he made a pit stop, still finishes in eighth place. And Arzadar Blade will round off the 9 in ninth place. So that was the Clio race. We'll just get those points in for you now. Okay guys, let's take you through the results then. So Bidzster was the winner in that one, from James Deluxe in second place. SHAREx finishes in third, Blakeney fourth, Callum finishes in fifth place, sixth place was Neil, and then seventh place was Keith. TY finishes in eighth and Arzadar finishes in ninth position. So as we come back from that then, there's your winner, Bidzster, the blue car with its lights on there. There's your winner, Bidzster, and we'll see you guys for race 3, the touring car race. Take care, guys.